Okay, so are we ready to dive in?
Okay.
Today, we are tackling the world of spa management.
All right, let's do it.
We got a request from a listener. They're hoping to land a spa manager job.
Okay.
And they sent us a whole bunch of stuff, interview guides, a career overview. They even told us a little bit about how they've been using RoleCatcher AI.
Excellent.
Yeah, so we're going to break it all down for them.
That's good.
So how do we take all this info, all this material, and help our listener turn it into interview success?
I think a good place to start is with thinking about what those interviewers really want to know.
Okay,
And we actually have some sample interview questions
perfect.
for spa manager, so we can kind of dissect those.
Let's hear them.
All right.
Hit me.
So imagine you're sitting across the table from the hiring manager,
Okay.
and they ask you, what inspired you to pursue a career in the spa industry?
Oh, okay. Classic, kind of a classic opener.
Right.
I feel like there's probably a right and a wrong way to answer that, though.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's not just about, loving massages or cucumber water, is it?
Right.
They want to know that you understand this is an industry.
Right.
Represents wellness and customer service, business growth.
Anyway. So how do you balance all that?
I think authenticity is really key. So maybe think of a story that really sparked your passion for this industry. Maybe it was a time you saw how much of a positive impact spa services can have, or maybe you had a personal experience that kind of drew you into the world of wellness.
So instead of saying, I love facials, which I do,
Right.
you talk about, I remember this time when I was helping your friend de-stress with aromatherapy, and it just made me realize, wow, there's something really powerful about creating that kind of environment.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is actually where I think RoleCatcher can really give you an edge.
Oh, okay. How so?
Well, you can take the job description
Okay.
and put it into RoleCatcher, and the AI will actually analyze it and pull out what are the skills, experience they're looking for.
Wait, it does that?
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
So it could tell, for instance, if this spa is really focused on holistic wellness versus, say, medical aesthetics. And that would help me tailor my inspiration story to, fit what they're looking for.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It's like a customized cheat sheet.
Okay, I'm sold. I want RoleCatcher.
All right. So what's the next interview question? What's the next hurdle?
All right, get ready for this one. How do you prioritize tasks and manage your time effectively?
Ooh, the universal struggle.
Yeah.
But especially hard when you're in a busy, fast-paced environment like a spa.
Exactly. Yeah.
So when they ask that, what are they really looking for?
Systems.
Systems.
Yeah. So do you use specific tools or techniques to stay organized? So think about things like, do you use a digital calendar? Do you use project management software? Or even, sometimes I just go back to pen and paper, an old-fashioned planner.
So give a concrete example. Don't just say, I'm organized. Say, I use the Pomodoro technique to block out my time. Or, I love using Asana because it lets me delegate tasks to different team members.
There you go.
Okay.
Now you're talking.
Right. And speaking of teams,
Yes.
what about that question? How do you motivate and lead a team of spa professionals? That feels like a big one.
Yeah, definitely. What are they looking for there?
They want to know that you can find that balance, being inspirational, but also giving clear direction. Because at the end of the day, you are a manager.
Right. You're not just their friend.
Exactly. You are responsible for guiding them
Yeah.
towards success, making sure the spa runs well. So talk about, have you used any specific strategies in the past to motivate teams? Maybe you implemented a reward system for people who went above and beyond with customer service, or you found a way to recognize individual achievements.
Show them that you've actually, walk the walk. Don't just tell them you're a team player.
Right. Exactly.
All right, what's next? Okay, so this one can be a little bit tricky,
Okay.
but it's a good opportunity to really shine. How do you handle difficult customer situations?
Ooh, yeah, because those can be tough,
Yeah.
especially in an environment where people are expecting to be pampered and relaxed.
Exactly. Yeah. You want to come in, you want to relax, but sometimes things happen.
Yeah, things go wrong.
Right.
So how do you ace that question?
So it's all about showing empathy and problem-solving skills.
Okay.
And that you're professional. Can you share a story or a specific example of a time you had a challenging customer interaction and you navigated it really well?
So again, don't just say, oh, I'm good with people. Give them an example. I had this situation where this client was really upset about XYZ, and I managed to stay calm, and I listened to their concerns, and I was able to find a solution that worked for both of us. And actually, they ended up coming back, and they're a regular now.
Exactly.
Something like that.
Yeah, and guess what? RoleCatcher can help you with this one too.
No way. Seriously.
Yeah, it can actually look at the job description and pull out, like, what are some common customer service challenges that a spa manager might face in a similar role?
So you're not just going in blind. You kind of have a sense of
Right.
the lay of the land.
Right.
I love it. Okay. What else? What else do we have?
All right, let's talk marketing, because they're probably going to ask you about that too.
Okay.
So be ready to answer. How do you develop and implement marketing strategies to promote the spa?
Okay. Time to get strategic. Is it all about, like, Instagram-worthy bath bombs and, like, cute slogans?
Well, that's part of it, right? Aesthetics are important.
Yeah.
But you really have to understand your target audience.
Right.
And what message resonates with them. So it might mean doing some research on your competitors, thinking about partnering with local businesses, even thinking about wellness tourism and what are the trends there.
So instead of just saying, I'm going to post on social media, you have to sound like you actually know what you're doing.
Right.
So, like, I would love to develop a targeted campaign that highlights our unique selling propositions.
Yeah.
And we're going to focus on reaching out to this demographic.
There you go.
Yeah.
Good.
Got it. All right. From marketing, let's move on to something a little bit less
Okay.
glamorous. Let's talk numbers.
Okay.
Because they're going to want to know that you can handle the financial side of things.
Right. Of course. So be ready for the question, how do you manage the financial performance of the spa?
Okay. From relaxation to spreadsheets, what are some of the key things that they're going to want to hear?
They want to know that you understand budgeting,
Okay.
forecasting, revenue management. That's the financial side of running a business.
Right.
So have you managed a budget before? Or have you ever analyzed financial reports?
Right. You got to show them that you're not afraid of a balance sheet.
Exactly.
Don't just be like, oh, yeah, I'm good with money. Tell them about a time when, like, you identified cost-saving measures or you came up with, like, a new pricing strategy that ended up, like, boosting revenue.
Exactly. Yeah. And you know what? RoleCatcher can actually be helpful for this one, too.
Oh, stop it. No.
Yes. It can actually give you industry benchmarks
Oh, wow.
and, like, specific financial ratios for spa management. So you know what you should be aiming for.
It's like having RoleCatcher's like this little, like, secret weapon you can use
It is.
to prepare for this interview. This is amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really cool. You can get those industry-specific benchmarks
Okay.
and see how things are really working.
So speaking of staying ahead of the curve,
Yes.
another question they might ask is, how do you stay up to date with industry trends and best practices?
Oh, that's a good one.
Because this is an industry that's all about innovation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like new treatments, new products, all that good stuff. So how do you show them that you're, like, on top of it?
Well, I think it's about showing them that you're passionate about learning, that this is something that, like, genuinely interests you. So do you subscribe to any industry magazines or publications?
Right.
Do you go to conferences? Are you part of any online forums where spa professionals share ideas?
Yeah.
Let them know.
In fact, our research mentioned a really good one. It's the International Spa Association.
ISPA.
ISPA. There you go.
Yeah, ISPA is great.
And they have a ton of resources.
They do, yeah, for spa managers, yeah. Networking, educational workshops, all kinds of stuff.
So that's a good one to mention. Like, oh, yeah, I'm a member ISPA. Because it shows that you're really invested
Exactly.
in the industry.
It shows commitment.
Yeah, you're not just there for, like, the free facials.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, what else might they throw at me in this interview?
Okay, well, this one's a little bit different. How do you ensure the spa is complying with industry regulations and standards?
Okay. Compliance.
Yeah.
Not quite as exciting as, like, a hot stone massage, but
Right.
important.
It's crucial.
Super important.
Yeah, they need to know that you take this seriously.
Right.
So think about, like,
Yeah.
hygiene protocols,
Safety regulations, yeah.
licensing requirements for different kinds of treatments.
Right, because there's a lot of, like, specific rules around, like, how you have to sanitize equipment and stuff like that.
Exactly, yeah. And for, like, essential oils and, yeah.
Okay.
So don't be afraid to get into the weeds a little bit with this one. It shows that
Okay.
you know what you're talking about and that you're not just focused on the, relaxing atmosphere,
Right.
but that you're committed to creating a safe and ethical one as well.
I bet RoleCatcher can help me with this, too.
You know what? It probably can.
Can it?
Yeah, I bet it can give you a checklist
Oh, stop.
of regulations based on the spa and where it is.
It's like my little
I know.
virtual assistant for spa management.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've talked about staying on top of trends. We've talked about compliance. What's next?
Let's talk about measuring success. So be ready to answer this. How do you measure the success of the spa and its services?
Okay, from compliance to KPIs, we're getting down to it. Because it's not just about like, oh, are people feeling relaxed when they leave? It's about like, are you actually getting results?
Exactly. Yeah. So what are the metrics that a spa manager should be tracking?
Right.
Think about things like customer retention rate,
Okay.
revenue per treatment, employee satisfaction scores.
So instead of saying everybody seems really zen when they walk out of here,
Right.
I would say something like, I track our customer retention very carefully, and I'm proud to say that we just launched a new loyalty program that's increased repeat visits by 15%.
There you go.
Boom. Mic drop.
Now you sound like you.
I know what I'm doing.
You know the business side of it.
Yes, exactly.
And guess what? RoleCatcher can help you out with this too, because it can give you those industry benchmarks so you know what a good customer retention rate is.
So helpful. Okay, before we move on to any more questions, I kind of want to take a step back for a second and look at the bigger picture, the career path. So if you want to be a spa manager, where do you even begin?
That's a good question. And luckily, we have this career guide to pull from.
Yes.
So we can give some insights.
All right, so where does it all start?
Well, a lot of times it starts with hands-on experience, even if it's in like an entry-level role, like a spa receptionist,
Okay.
something like that.
But you got to understand, like, the front lines before you can manage it.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, so from there, you might become like a junior spa therapist where you're really starting to like learn the different treatments.
Right, like mastering that hot stone massage.
Exactly. And, building your client interaction skills, all of that.
Okay.
And then as you get more experience, more expertise, you might move up to like a senior spa therapist where you're starting to take on more leadership responsibilities. So maybe you're training the junior therapists.
Okay.
Maybe you're even helping develop new spa treatments.
Oh, now we're talking. That's where, like, the creativity comes in.
Exactly. And then from there, you might move into like an assistant manager type role where you're really learning the ins and outs of the spa operations, the financials, how to manage a team.
Okay.
And all of that kind of like culminates in, that spa manager position.
Okay, like climbing, like this lavender-scented ladder of success.
There you go. I like that.
I love it.
Ah.
But it doesn't have to stop there, right? What about, like, the really ambitious folks who are like, you know what? I want even more.
Yeah, absolutely. And it doesn't have to stop there. I mean, some spa managers go on to open their own spas.
Oh, wow.
They become entrepreneurs.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really cool. But yeah, I mean, it's a career path that has a lot of potential for growth.
That's so cool. So we've covered a lot. We talked about interview strategies, essential skills, the career path. But before we, wrap things up, I want to circle back to RoleCatcher for a minute. Because we've talked about, can help you tailor your answers to the job description, but what else can it do?
Well, it's not just about having the right answers, right? It's about how do you deliver them?
Oh, okay.
How do you come across in an interview? And this is where RoleCatcher can be really, really helpful. It actually has a feedback feature.
Feedback. Like it's going to tell me like how I sound.
Yeah, so you can actually record yourself answering those common interview questions.
Okay.
And the AI will analyze like your tone of voice.
Oh, wow.
Are you speaking at the right pace? Are you using like those industry keywords that show you know what you're talking about?
It's like having a personal coach
It is.
in my pocket
Right in your pocket.
to get me ready. Wow, that's incredible. Because, yeah, it's not just what you say, it's how you say it.
Exactly.
Especially in an interview. Like, how you present yourself is huge.
It's everything.
So RoleCatcher can help with that, too.
It can, yeah.
Yeah.
Just another way to kind of help you put your best foot forward.
I love it. I feel like we've gone from feeling kind of overwhelmed by all of this material to, like, I feel empowered now.
Good.
I feel like I could go into this interview and do really well.
I think you could too. And for our listener out there, just remember, like, you don't have to memorize everything perfectly.
Okay.
It's more about just like showing them that you understand the industry.
Right.
You're passionate about it. You have the skills and the drive to be a great spa manager.
Right. Show your passion. Show them who you are.
Exactly.
Be genuine, be authentic.
Exactly.
And you got this.
Yeah, you got this.
All right. So to our listener who is about to embark on this exciting career journey,
Yes.
any final words of wisdom?
Yeah, just never stop learning.
Okay.
Never stop growing. This is an industry that is always evolving, so stay curious.
Love it.
Embrace the new trends. Keep learning. Keep growing.
That's great advice. And on that note of continuous growth and hopefully a little bit of relaxation, we're going to wrap up this deep dive into the world of spa management.
It was fun.
Thank you so much for listening, everybody. Good luck with those interviews, and we'll catch you next time.